See, you're gonna have to show me all this tech stuff.
Oh, I got you.
Mhm.
And it looks like we may be live.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All right, yep, we are. So we're good on Facebook. And let me check on YouTube here. And yep, I think we're good on both ends. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live feed. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well today. If you're tuning in on this beautiful afternoon, let us know where you're tuning in from. Either if you're on Facebook, on YouTube, I have a special guest for you today and some special information that's going to hopefully get you excited. Should you get you excited once you understand what we have here for you. So again, just if you're tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get this show on the road. You guys know who I am. I'm the passive income guru, Ontarian Hawkins, coming to you from Oklahoma. Many of you know who I am. You've been following me for a long time. You know that my passion is passive income, especially the days we're living in today, guys. Passive income is a must. It is imperative. But not only that, it is very important that you have multiple streams of income, okay, in the passive realm. But today we're going to show you how to tap into the cryptocurrency space and how to make it work for you. Many of you have probably been wondering, how are people making money with Bitcoin? How are people making money, collectively in the cryptocurrency space? And there's a way, there's several ways to do it, but today you're going to learn a specific way that actually is the reason why Bitcoin exists, so to speak. It's the reason why Bitcoin continues to produce and continues to generate all this time. Now, the great thing about this, and I'm not going to give the whole show away because I'm going to bring on my partner here in just a second, let her tell her story and what it's all about. The great thing about this opportunity is no matter if Bitcoin goes up or down, you're still making money. If it goes up, which we know it's on an uptrend right now, you're going to make money. If it goes down, you're going to make money. That's the great thing about this. And guess what? It's in you. It's hands-free. It's in your sleep. If you're still working, if you're going, on vacation, you're still making money. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my partner, Brandy. Brandy, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate you for
absolutely
sharing your time with us today. For those people that don't know you, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your background, so they kind of get a feel of where you're coming from, and then we can move on to the other things.
Sure, absolutely. So, first of all, I want to thank you for having me, on your show today, Ontarian. I am super excited to be partnering with you, the passive income guru, because we are about to blow this thing out the water.
Absolutely.
But, basically, my name is Brandy Hubbard, and I've actually been an entrepreneur now since 2000. So for 21 years, Ontarian, I've been blessed, to make a strong six-figure income. Now, originally, I'm originally from New York City, and I was a legal assistant, straight out of high school. Actually went to a high school that you could take trades, and part of that was learning about legal. And I did a internship, at a law firm as well. So I ended up coming out straight out of high school, working with law firms, and it was good money. I mean, that was woof. Oh my gosh, in 84. When did I graduate? Wait, I graduated
years ago, right?
Graduated high school. I actually graduated high school. See, I'm telling my age in 1983.
Okay.
Well, I not only look 25, but but I graduated in 83, and I'm telling you, so back then in 83, I want to say I came out of high school making like $30,000, almost $40,000, which is a lot of money back, so many years ago. Right. So I'm telling you, working with those attorneys, they'll make you drink. If you don't drink, they'll make you drink, right? So it was just very stressful. I had at one point wanted to be an attorney, but just to make a long story short, it just wasn't my cup of tea. They wanted like your soul, right? They wanted you to be there every day, work late hours. work on the weekends.
So they can get rich. So they can
exactly
your work, right?
Okay. And I actually was a young mom. I was a teenage mom, so I had my daughter when I was only 18. So I was a single mom, and I needed to make money. So I felt kind of stuck because they did pay well, but I hated it. They had bad attitudes, it was like, I'm an attorney type of thing. And it just wasn't for me. So I did that for many years up until 2000. And so I was in the industry for a long time. And right before I left the industry, I was basically making almost six figures before I left. Right. So I had to find something that was going to replace that income.
Gotcha.
So I stepped out on faith. I decided I'm going to get my insurance license. So I was a licensed life, health, and annuities agent for, ever since 2000. Well, I think I got my license in 99 because I kind of worked part-time before I took the plunge to go full-time. And I did very well in it, ended up having my own agency and did really well with that. Then I ran into my beautiful now husband and we opened up our own trucking business, so we've actually been running that for almost 12 years now, running under our own authority. And we did six-figure income with that. So he's ready to get off the road. So I was trying to plan ahead. So I was like, what could get me off the road? Cryptocurrency.
There you
go. So I was kind of introduced to crypto maybe about, I would say 6 years ago. So I started buying Bitcoin and that went good for a while. But, Bitcoin did take a plunge, like a big plunge. And this is what makes what we're doing now so exciting, right? Because it's one thing to buy Bitcoin. It's a whole nother animal to mine it.
Definitely.
And I'm going to tell you, when you understand how mining works, you will run through a brick wall to get it.
Absolutely.
People really have to take the time out to educate themselves on mining, because without mining, there would be no Bitcoin.
Exactly.
So you really have to open up your mind to really try to understand what mining is and how it works. And I'm going to tell you something. Someone told me, just listen to what I have to say. A good friend of mine, Ebony, we go kind of, several years back. She makes a lot of money. That's a whole nother StreamYard, right? We're going to get her on here because she's about handling her. I mean, she's killing it. I ain't going to put her business out there, but I mean, she's really killing it, right? So I'm saying all that to say I started mining back in November, and it's just been absolutely amazing. I've been able to pay off over $100,000 worth of debt, guys.
Wow.
Can you get excited about that?
That's amazing.
I mean, I didn't know exactly how the mining would work out, but let me tell you something. When you're able to, because you've been in the business, entrepreneur a long time yourself, and, you're a builder and I'm a builder, right? So it's one thing to make a lot of money yourself, but when you could bring people on board and you could sleep at night knowing they making money too.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's a beautiful thing, because you can make all the money in the world. And you know what? Money isn't everything, right? It's kind of lonely at the top, right? When you make your money and you like, let's fly to Dubai. They like, Dubai? I can't even go to, McDonald's right now. I'm so broke. And unfortunately, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. The pandemic has really hurt a lot of people. So, and I started mining during the pandemic.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? And many of the people I brought on board, they have said it's been a lifesaver for them. So when you can get on board and you can earn six figures in your sleep, the machine works 24/7. It don't stop on a holiday, right? It don't work 9 to 5. Those machines are working. And when you can bring people on board, and they can make money daily, and they do not have to recruit or refer, that's big. That's huge.
That's what
So,
people are looking for these days.
oh, absolutely. So it's been amazing. Many people are making six figures. The company is incredible. They're very credible. We could send you articles, on their credibility, and they've just changed a lot of lives. So get excited. I know this is cliche-ish, right? And look, I might use some bad grammar, but that's okay, right? Because a good mentor of mine said, would you rather say I am broke or I is a millionaire?
I'll take the second one.
Right. So, but anyway, I'm going to turn it back to you, Ontarian.
Absolutely. And thanks for your story. Very, powerful, from where you came from to 2000. And then you said in your mind, you set a goal and you met your goal. That's powerful, because a lot of people that between setting it in your mind and actually going to that goal, in between is something called fear. They get there's something or someone that tends to stop them in their role, in their journey to success. So you're a testament that if you want it bad enough, you can have it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely have it. For those who are new to crypto and don't know what mining is, can you give us a little snippet of what is mining?
Okay, that's a good one, right? And we do have webinars that you can invite, your audience to, that really will give them more of an indication of what mining is. But just to try to keep it as simple as possible, I want you to kind of think of like when you go to Walmart and you swipe your debit card, right? So you pay for your groceries or whatever it is you're getting. You didn't actually hand that cashier physical currency, right?
Right.
You basically swiped your card, and what does your card do? The computers are working in the background, and it's telling your bank to send X amount of money to that vendor.
Correct.
Right? So when they think of Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, they're like, well, what is it? What is it? That's because it's not tangible and they don't see it. But in reality, even the fiat currency we use, most of us use it in a digital manner every day.
You're right.
So when you think of the big banks, right? When every time we swipe that card, that's a transaction. And those banks are getting paid trillions of dollars a day based on all the swiping we're doing, right?
Right.
So when you think of Bitcoin mining is very similar. It's like the bank of cryptocurrency, right? So when people utilize Bitcoin, whether they, sending it
time, which every day, 24/7.
Right, which they're sending it to a friend, and this is the best part, right? You could send, like the example we have in our webinar, you could send like $14 million, millions and millions of dollars, and pay maybe $4 or $5 in transaction fees, right? Whereas if you were to try to do that in a bank, it would cost you a couple of $1 million, right? So it's so powerful, right? So when you send Bitcoin, whether it's to a family member in Trinidad or across the country, it has to go through the Bitcoin network. Okay. And the Bitcoin network is where we as miners participate. So not only do we get a portion of the Bitcoin that's created daily, your machine, because we have machines, this is not cloud mining, right? You actually own equipment. So when you get this equipment, the more powerful your equipment is, the more Bitcoin, the more computer algorithms and math and all of that is going to be able to figure out and snatch for you. So you're going to get a portion of the Bitcoins that's earned daily along with the transaction fees. So that's the best way I can explain it without confusing people too much.
That's a great breakdown. I never heard it like that, to be honest with you. So that's easy to understand, just how you explain it. So very nice. Very, very nice.
And I want to add one other thing. When you think about El Salvador, who just added Bitcoin as their main currency now, along with the US dollar, and how McDonald's over in El Salvador is accepting Bitcoin. Now, you know, even though it's in El Salvador, imagine, you know, that's a franchise. Imagine what's going to probably happen in the very near future. Right. We're going to see McDonald's right here in the U.S. accepting Bitcoin, right? I love to shop on overstock.com. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to give them a plug, but but I love to shop on there. And they accept Bitcoin, right?
Oh, Overstock. Wow.
Overstock.com accepts Bitcoin.
Wow.
And, you know, like even Starbucks, you know, there are a lot of places that people don't even realize. And now Bitcoin ATMs are popping up everywhere. My daughter got so excited a couple of weeks ago. She said, Ma, I was shopping in the grocery store and look what I see. And it was a Bitcoin machine. Wow. So here's the thing. There's still, if you were to walk up to 20 people on the street today and say something to them about Bitcoin, they'll be like, what's Bitcoin?
Right.
So a lot of us who are in the crypto space, because we've known about it and we've known about it for years, sometimes we, you know, lose, you know, we get really surprised when, you mean you don't know what Bitcoin is? So I don't want people to think it's too late, because it's absolutely not.
You're right.
It's only like 13% of the world right now, right, who is using it. But it's about to be a whole lot more. So we're still on the front end of that. And even though Bitcoin may be at 42,000 a coin right now, it still has a long way to go. And you could come on board and enjoy that journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what's the name of the company that we're with here? You probably want to know that.
You think we should tell them, or should we keep that?
Well, the reason I say that is because, you know, there's a lot of, I've already gotten a couple of people that's already saying, hey, you know, just for credibility purposes, because people think that mining companies, and there's been mining companies that got shut down, but they say, oh, you know, mining is a scam.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people tell me that all the time, Ontarian, and, you know, I can't blame them, because there have been a lot of people who have gotten involved. I won't say no names, so nobody try to sue us, right? But there have been companies where they were cloud mining. That's the difference too.
That is a big
cloud mining is really considered a security.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know that. So if you get with a company and you're cloud mining and they don't have all of the securities licenses for every state, you get what I'm saying? Right. It's not like one universal license. It's just like with me. If I sell insurance, I have to get licensed in every state.
That's true.
Just because I'm licensed here in Virginia doesn't mean I'm going to be licensed in Hawaii. Right. So it's the same thing when it comes to securities. So if you have a company that's doing cloud mining and they're telling you they're worldwide, I could bet you a dime to a donut. That's what my mom used to always say.
Dime to a donut. I like
that. That they most likely do not have their license for all of those states and countries.
And that's very important for the company to thrive, to have those.
Exactly. So our company is registered with all the necessary governing agencies. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe we should be a little
discreet on it, huh?
Yeah, because look, if we give them the company name, they might try to go out there and don't join us, Ontarian. What you think?
Hey, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Because we want people, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to get the information. Okay, you heard me say, hey, come to me, get the you want to see the full presentation. That actually happens every Thursday, but I have the recording that you can actually see to get more information about this powerful company. So yeah,
we're gonna whet their appetite.
We can keep it like that. Keep it a little discreet.
And then, if you're interested in learning more, you could talk directly with Ontarian, and he'll give all you the juicy details.
All the details.
But I promise you this company is huge. We own one of the largest mining facilities in the world. Documentation beats conversation. We can provide you with that documentation, right?
Right. All day long.
Okay, so we have one of the largest mining facilities in the world. We have one out in Alberta, Canada. We have one in Montana, and we have one in Colorado. Our subsidiary company is about to go public. That's huge.
That's big.
Huge. So we already put our our documents in where it needs to go. And we're just waiting for that to be finalized. But when you have a company that has built an infrastructure, right, where they're getting registered with all the government agencies, you know they have all their ducks in a row. We have one of the best law firms that work with our company so that we can always make sure we stay compliant. So with all that in place, right, you know that this company plans on being around for a long time, which means we don't have to worry. And on top of all of that, it gets gooder, right?
I like that. It gets gooder.
It gets gooder, okay? Even with all of that, you know, we're already making money in our sleep, right? We're already gonna be a part of a company that's about to go public. Right. This company, the owner of the company started his first company when he was 13. Sold it at the age of 15 for 1.5 million. Is he 1.5 million, 1.6 million? So he was a millionaire at 15. Right. He's very smart and he thought ahead. And as a result of thinking ahead, we're like, this is an awesome opportunity, because if you tried to go and get a mining rig anywhere else, most places you have to wait till sometime next year to even get your equipment, and until like maybe February, March, just to get it. And then for it to be placed online, we're talking about almost 6 months down the road before you can even get it and get online. But he thought so far in advance. He purchased over $8 million of rigs.
Now that was
smart. He purchased over $8 million of rigs, and he had X amount of the rigs. He had a contract before all of this stuff happened that we would get X amount of rigs a month. You know what I'm saying? So he had his ducks in a row. And so, I mean, I couldn't be more excited of who we have locked arms with. They have a physical office right here in the U.S., right in Philadelphia.
And people can go visit that office.
They can visit. Before COVID, they used to even have field trips to the mining facilities.
Nice.
You know, so you can see where your rigs are and everything. So, I mean, one of the gentlemen that does the presentation, Ron, he's a good friend of mine. He's known the owners even before they opened up the mining company. You know, they were multimillionaires way before mining. And they own some insurance companies, some real estate, really some great guys of integrity. I have a great relationship, you know, with the co-owner of the company. I mean, you know, he's been accessible to me. You know, anytime you could pick up a phone on a Saturday night at like 10:30 at night, and he actually picks up the phone for me.
Man, that's a big deal.
Look, don't be calling me.
Hey, that's unheard of.
Calling me 10:30. But you know, that's what I'm saying, right? Like they're very generous. The compensation plan is just amazing.
You showed me. That's astounding.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, okay, so it's completely optional. You do not have to tell a soul. But if you are someone who loves to spread the love and the good news, I'm telling you, the compensation is sick. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean,
why wouldn't you tell somebody if you can earn money in your sleep? If you don't have to, if you're earning money every single day, why not tell somebody that could use this?
But not only that, most people will say, Brandy, I don't want to tell nobody, right? And I say, okay, right? Then like a month later, they'll call me, girl, this thing worked. I'm like, okay, right? Then like another month or two pass, girl, I told my cousin, I thought you weren't gonna tell nobody. But I had to show it, girl.
It happened naturally.
You know, like this is a huge story, and I know she don't mind me sharing it. I have a grandson. I know I don't look old enough. No, I'm just playing. So I have a grandson, And he went to a private school. I'm gonna give all the props to Tawana. She's an incredible teacher. I mean, my grandson was reading like words at 3. He would come home and say, these are the words I learned today. I'm like, if you spell that, we you know what I'm saying? We about to get on a flight and go to Disney World right now.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a great teacher. And make a long story short, she's like, Brandy, I don't even make $50,000 a year. I'm just right at about $50,000 a year after teaching for, I think, like 10 years, maybe. Our teachers are so underpaid, right? She bought the Black Diamond package, right? She referred just a couple of people. I don't even think it was that many, but it was, once her machine started mining, she's like, I had to tell some people, right? But just on her mining alone, she made over $120,000.
Wow.
And it hasn't even been a year yet.
It hasn't been a year.
No. Off of that Black Diamond, 120 grand.
And she had to tell somebody to make that.
No.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. That's like without her telling nobody.
That's passive.
So, I mean, tell me about it, right? So she was just blown away. So let me tell you, she went to an auction, she bought a home, and then she took some of the money, the rest of the money to renovate it. And once she's done, she's going to have a home mortgage free.
Wow.
She took her whole, all her kids and her family to Jamaica because they had never been there. She paid for her daughter's college tuition, all from a mining machine that earned her income while she slept.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So she's like, I think I'm gonna have to reconsider this and share this with some people.
Got to. You can't help it.
How could you not share that, right?
How could you not?
So when you have people that are calling you, crying on the phone, I mean, it moves your heart to hear those kind of stories where you can help change somebody's life like that. Someone who didn't have a car, and couldn't get around, but now they have a car. Someone who, the kids had to share a bed, but now their kids have their own bed. All these different kinds of stories. It moves my heart, Ontarian, and I just want to share this opportunity with the world. So I know there's been a lot of people out there who may have been burnt by getting involved with cloud mining. I don't know if they've ever got involved with a company where they own the equipment, but I could just tell you right now, if I'm going to put my name out there, it has to be credible. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I've been an entrepreneur since 2000, 21 years. I can't jeopardize that.
Right.
This is how I pay my bills. This is how we eat. And I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm putting it out there, that means that anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm a person of integrity. And, I'm just looking to lock arms. And I mean, we could literally change the world with this. And we are worldwide. So, of course, the only country we don't do business in is Afghanistan and North Korea. And then, unfortunately, now you know how I felt, right? Because I'm from where? New York City.
New York City.
All my folks is up in New York. They like, But I'm sorry, guys, if you live in New York.
Something with New York City, huh?
Look, pack and move. It'll be worth it.
So they're not allowing New York City to participate.
No, because of the rules and regulations. So it's 2 states, New York City and Washington State. Look, I have somebody who said, I am moving. She was serious. She's like, I'm packing my stuff.
She ain't playing.
She said, they're not going to stop me from mining. She said she's literally going to pack her stuff and move just so she could mine.
Hey, it's worth it.
Yep.
I used to mine, and see, I did the cloud mining years ago. I know that it was cloud mining at the time, but all in all, I still made money mining. It's just money. I seen the Bitcoin coming in every single day.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Like, this is coming.
Even people with the smallest packages, they're like, my
can't.
machine made me more money today. they're like blown away. Let me tell you, one time, Ontarian, because when I first got involved, I bought a diamond. I had a silver. I had a gold.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, you know, when you bring people on board, part of the compensation is they add more hash power to your machine.
Correct.
Now, mind you, I'm still like absorbing this all in, right? Because look, when they said they gave you additional hash power, it's like, okay, right?
Amazing. Hey.
But I didn't understand it really. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna keep it real. I was like, oh, that's nice. We get extra hash power. What that mean, right? So I really didn't pay it no mind. And then when I started getting all this additional, like right now, I'm over almost 1.3 million.
Man, that's crazy.
I would tell you right now, a black diamond comes with 800,000. So it's like I have more than a black diamond, right?
Right.
So I'm saying all that to say, I was like, it really didn't. It didn't click.
People in.
It didn't click. It was. I got over 500,000 plus a gigahash just from referring people. And the key is this: I didn't refer the world. It's not like I had to bring 100 people in. I might have brought in 28 people on Ontarian. That is nothing for you.
Nothing. That's nothing.
28. You know what I'm saying? 28. To be making 15,000, 16,000 a month, right?
Wow.
But listen, so when I saw that gigahash, then I was like, what in the world? Then so I had emptied my account out because I wanted to pay some bills and stuff like that. And I had, because you could take out your money every day. You can withdraw every day. Yep. So I took the money out. I drained it down to I left like $100 in there. And not even 30 days later, it was like up to 17 grand again.
Man, see that? That's beautiful.
Because
that's beautiful.
You know you're making the money, right? But when you take it out and you almost drain it, and then not even 30 days later, you look back in there and there's 17 more thousand or 18 more thousand sitting there, like, oh snap. You know?
The power of mining. The power of mining, ladies.
I'm telling you, it's just
a whole different ball game in this particular realm.
I'm telling you, and that's just one of my miners.
Powerful.
Yep. So get excited, y'all. I'm telling you.
Get excited.
Yep. So we have all different packages. They could get in where they fit in, you know. So especially those who are not, you know, scared to refer, you know, to people, even if you get the smallest package, don't worry about it. Because before you know it, you'll look up and it'll be as if you had a diamond because of the people you referred.
Right. Because they're going to tell people, you know, I mean, if you don't tell people about this guy, I always tell myself, you know, I'm taking time out of my day. This is time, you know, because time is money. We've heard that before. I can just keep everything to myself. I said this before on video. I can just keep everything to myself, make the passive income, don't tell a soul.
Yeah.
I get on video on camera. The internet is great because you can reach people from all around the world. I literally get on video like we're doing now and reach thousands upon thousands of people because I want to share what I have. I want to share with them that passive income is actually real. A lot of people think it's a scam. A lot of people think, oh, you can't make passive income. It's unheard of, right? So
I'm telling you,
it's absolutely real. We're real people, average folks, right? We're not out there, you know, flashing and so flashing cars, flashing money. We're average people that just want to genuinely help you. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely, Ontarian, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you want to help others create generational wealth. Right. And I've always been the type of person that wants to help people. Like even in the financial services industry, because, you know, I still have clients that I, you know, assist and help with their, you know, packages that I put together, you know, because you got to protect your assets. But even more than that, you have a lot of people that don't even understand like life insurance in itself. It's not just to try to get rich off of someone's death. No, it's not.
Right.
You see, other cultures realize that when you have life insurance, that you can help create generational wealth. Many of them will get $2 and $3 and $4 million policies so that if anything happens to them, their family is automatically wealthy.
Right.
You know, it's not just about, you know, being able to pay for a funeral. It's about replacing income. It's about creating that generational wealth. So, you know, sometimes I think we've been taught, you know, to go out there, get a good job, work 40 hours, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, go to college, you know, but then, you know, I was thinking about that and I was like, some of the attorneys I used to work with, you should see some of their debt, their college debt. It's like a mortgage.
Oh yeah.
You know, many of them are paying back $200,000, $300,000 in loans. That's equivalent to a mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, so they might be coming out making, and you know, $100,000, whatever it is a year, but they don't really see that until years and years later. So we're taught to go to school, get a good job, get benefits.
It's set up like it's a setup. It's a setup. That's why
that's a scam.
Trap. That is a scam to me. It is a scam. Because you come out at the bottom. You'll come out on top. And then again, when you get your degree, you know, they still want you to have experience. They still you're still at the bottom. So
and you just working paycheck to paycheck. You know, Ontarian, I remember, okay, because I'm not gonna cry. Oh my God. Because sometimes I get so passionate, it started to bring tears to my eyes. I am not gonna cry. So I remember days when I was a single mom. You know, and you got your groceries in the cart, and you calculating. You know, as you put stuff in the cart, you got to calculate. Because you have $105 to buy food. You not 106, right? So as I'm putting stuff in the cart, I remember those days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where, you know, you just struggling and, you know, you got $5, you know, $5 left just to last you to the next paycheck. And it's like, how am I going to even get to work? Type of thing, right? And now you have people who not only have to work, they have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. And not just them, but their spouse or significant other too. So you got 4 jobs in one household, struggling, don't even have time. You passing through the night. You feel like roommates.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Who wants to live like that? Who wants to work until they're 65 or 70 and now you're supposed to retire? How you supposed to enjoy your life? I'm 55 and my back and feet and everything hurt, right? So how am I supposed to enjoy my retirement at 65 or 70? Now, we're not knocking people who have a job because everything isn't for everybody. You have people out there who love what they do. Maybe you're a fireman. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a nurse and you love taking care of people. We're fine with that. But why not have you, even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, why not have peace of mind knowing that you're working because you want to and not because you have to?
Powerful. That's huge.
Because when you got about 200 grand sitting in your bank account and you walk up in the job and they acting crazy, guess what? You know what?
I'm gone. You're going to fire them.
Look, you walk different when you have a few dollars.
Give them
you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. Give them a quick slip.
So, hey, look, whether you want to become full-time entrepreneur, who better than the man with the plan, Mr. Ontarian? He can show you how to do that, right? And we got wonderful people on the team who's willing to help and chip in and show you. If you want to become a full-time entrepreneur, mining Bitcoin could definitely get you there.
Mining Bitcoin could definitely do it.
It can definitely get you there. If you just want to make some extra money so you could put your kids in dance class or karate school or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. Take a elaborate vacation, put your kids through college. You don't want to leave your job, but if you're making an extra 10 grand a month, what could you do with your life? Can it change your zip code?
So can. With the quickness, it can happen very, very fast.
Man, absolutely. We got some powerful leaders on our team. Mm-hmm. We not playing. You can lock arms with us, and we'll help you get to the top.
If you have the what's my word? If you have the faith and assurance that this can be for you, it's for everybody. I mean, anybody can do this. That's the great thing about it. Everybody can do it. Everybody can't recruit, so to speak. Everybody can't sponsor, but everybody can invest money if they're serious and make passive income, like we've been talking to you about. It's not hard.
So just to clear the air, right? All you have to do, it don't get no simpler than this. Choose the package you want, whether it's the silver, we have gold, platinum, diamond, black diamond, right? Choose the package you want, purchase your equipment, and guess what? I almost slipped up and said the company. Look, they will do the rest. They will host your machine. Your machine will be placed in one of the state-of-the-art facilities. They take care of repairs. Mm-hmm. They maintain it. If your machine breaks down, they will replace it. Where else can you go? And buy that equipment where they're going to do all of that for you. Right. So, no, you don't have to have the machine in your house. And there's reasons for that. They're loud. The electricity is expensive. Mm-hmm. You don't really want to host on your own. Find a company that you can host with, that you can trust and has integrity, and the sky is the limit. All you do is purchase your package. We do the rest. Your machine goes online. You can log into your back office. You'll see your miner is moving. You'll see it making that money. You can pull money out every day.
Every day. I like that. Every day.
Okay, you don't have to worry about no machine. You ain't got to worry about your electricity bill. I'm telling you, it doesn't get any gooder than that.
That's right. All praise.
So you got to reach out to Ontarian, find out the juicy news, let him put you down.
Demaria Hill, how quick can you get equipped?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a great question. Actually, right now, we have equipment that is going online anywhere from September 25th to October 20th. So most of our equipment, you get it shipped and placed online within 30 days. That's huge in the industry, guys. And I'm going to tell you this. Let me say this real nice and slow. This is not a sales tactic. I'm going to say it one more time. This is not a sales tactic.
What she's about to say is absolutely true, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Our equipment sells out quick. This ain't something you want to procrastinate on. And I'm serious. Like, I was in the middle of giving someone a package just a couple of weeks ago. And when we hit the button to start buying, it was sold out. I've never seen it where, I mean, we've actually gotten equipment in where it sells out in 2 to 3 days.
That's crazy.
You know, sometimes it's just gone. Like, because people are just waiting for it. I mean, and then the Black Diamond Ontarian, you would think that thing was $5. They coming in here buying 10 at a time. This is in demand.
This is the value of what we have here. That's
Bitcoin mining is in demand, ladies and gentlemen. And if you know any real estate investors, they would eat this up.
Eat it up because your return on investment is very high and without the headaches.
Hello.
Very high.
So we have some that we just recently brought on board. They're about to sell some of their houses. They like, what? I'm about to sell these houses, buy me about 5 black diamonds, and you mean to tell me I can make 50, 60 grand a month chilling, sipping tea in my backyard. Forget about being a landlord and leaky pipes and evictions and people not wanting to pay their rent. And especially after the pandemic, do you know how many real estate investors who had people in properties and they took advantage? One guy was like, I knew he was still working, but they took advantage of the no eviction law that was in place because of the pandemic and just didn't pay him rent. That's not right. You get what I'm saying? He's like, man, I'm ready to get rid of all of these properties. And,
wow,
so, think out of the box. Sometimes it's not who you know, it's who you know, who they know.
Yeah.
Right, Ontarian?
That's right. Because your small circle is bigger than what you think. Because those people know somebody. It's bigger than what you think. So you got to think outside the box too. And that's what can really turn things around for you big time. Okay.
Absolutely. And I didn't even touch on all of the bonuses. I mean,
oh man,
you can make up to, you get to the highest level, you can make up to 20 grand a week in just bonus money. You could win a trip. You could win a BMW. You could win a Lamborghini. You could win a house worth 1.5 million, and they'll give you 100 grand in Bitcoin to furnish it. Come on, y'all.
We already had somebody do that.
Right. One person that won that level. So, and then they give you the option. Either you take the $1.5 million house with 100,000 in Bitcoin, or you can opt for $1 million in BTC. Wow. If you don't want the house, right? Yes. I mean, we're talking next level stuff. And I'm gonna tell you right now, with all the Bitcoin predictions, and for you guys who trade, and keep on top of all of this, Bitcoin is expected to hit 6 figures by the end of the year. It may not look like it right now, but one thing about Bitcoin will slip up on you. You wake up in the morning and you be like, what? It'll be 42,000 tonight, and you wake up, you like, oh my God, how I get to 70,000?
And the great thing about that is when it goes up, your mining payout goes up at the same time.
Listen, if you don't want to take our word for it, when we hang up or off of this, Google it or Siri it or Alexa it. What is the best performing asset in the last decade? Say it just like that. What's the best performing asset in the last decade? You know what it's going to say? Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it's the best performing asset in the history of mankind. And you know what I'm going to add to at the end of this too? There's a lot of people that say, oh, but you know what? Bitcoin, all the Bitcoins are almost gone. No. Google that too. The last Bitcoin that's scheduled to mine is 2,140.
Plenty of time.
That's a century away.
Pretty much.
Okay. And then, wait, once again, it gets gooder. Even when the last Bitcoin is mined, guess what? Now you're making all the money off of what? Transaction fees.
That's huge.
You got to see the big picture, guys.
That's big. That's big.
Whew, I'm out of breath.
Hey,
I get excited when I talk about it.
I'm ready to sign up all over again, Brandy. Well, we got some people who are tuning in from Facebook and YouTube. We got Mary from Louisiana, Valencia. What's going on, sis? What's going on, Steve?
Oh, I got one last thing too I want to say, Ontarian.
Yeah. Go ahead, sis.
Because these have been questions that have come up, right? What about when the halving event happens?
The halving?
That's 3 years away. Right?
Plenty of time in mind.
Don't find excuses of why not to do it. You get what I'm saying? The last halving event was May of 2020, right? I start mining in November of 2020, right? I've made well over close to $200,000 in a year, right? Do I care that the halving event is 3 years from now?
Not at all.
Because at the end of the day, I don't care if it cut in half 3 years from now. 3 years from now, Bitcoin could be at $1 million a coin. Now, see, I don't want to scare y'all off. I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy, even though I am a little crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you're right. Bitcoin, like you say, Bitcoin it'll surprise you.
But let's say Bitcoin's only at 200,000 a coin 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Does it really matter that it'll cut in half and now you're only making $100,000 worth of Bitcoin? You get what I'm saying? Like,
it don't matter.
Because we want the halving event.
Right.
You guys have to understand what the halving event does. By it splitting in half like that, it creates value for Bitcoin. It creates the scarcity of Bitcoin. We want the halving event. We welcome the halving event. I just had to throw that in there. So stop looking for excuses not to do something, right? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Don't miss it. You got to join the journey. And I promise you, if you do, you're going to be so happy you did.
When there's a will, there's a way. That's it. There's a will, there's a way.
Hey, listen, remember me and my husband just sat down and talked about it, right? Mm-hmm. We had 3 cars. It was only 2 of us. We like, what do we need 3 cars for? I didn't even have to say nothing, right? I thought I was going to have to do a bunch of convincing to my husband, right? He was the one that brought it up. He was like, sell the Joker. Get us another machine. You mean to tell me that car is just sitting out there looking pretty? It was a 2015 Mercedes E350. It only had 38,000 miles on it. It looked brand new. It really did. We really didn't drive it much, right? So why let it sit out there looking pretty when we could sell it, take that money, buy another diamond.
Makes sense.
And let it earn us more money and more money and more money over and over every day, 365, 7. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So like when you said there's a will, there's a way. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and sell your car, right? We had the circumstances where we just happen to have 3 cars and it's only 2 of us. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think I'm telling you go out there and sell your car and you got to walk everywhere. No, right? That's not what I'm saying.
Use wisdom.
But there are other options. We must say this disclaimer, right? We are not financial advisors. Correct. Any information we're saying in here is strictly for, what's the word, Ontarian?
Educational purposes.
Educational purposes. Let me get that out.
So you do with this information what you so please. We're not telling you to do anything. We're just giving you information.
Okay. So, we had people who took from their equity line of credit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, right? Like Robert Kiyosaki says, use debt to create wealth. Some people don't get that, right? Use debt to create wealth. That's a whole nother webinar, right?
Yeah,
okay, so, but the point is, maybe you have money in your 401k. I know people's 401k took a huge hit yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know during the pandemic, they gave you the option of pulling some from it, not with no penalty, and 3 years to pay it back. So those are just thinking out the box, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of ways to get it done, but it'll be worth it. It'll definitely be worth it, right?
Absolutely, sis. Hey, well, this has been dynamic. Hey. People, if you've been watching, I know there's a lot of I see the numbers right here. If
you got a good audience, Ontarian.
yeah, that's quite a bit of people on right now watching at this time of day. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's past 3 o'clock. A lot of kids getting out of school, parents and everything is driving. Mm-hmm. But there's a nice little number that's listening, and if you're listening to this and you resonate with what we just said to you guys, it's up to you to make a logical decision. Your situation, that you've been looking for something else financially to take you over the top, something that's not going to be hard, something where you don't have to put a lot of work in, right? Well, this is one of those opportunities. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, to be honest with you. And these things don't come by often. You just happen to get on this video is not a coincidence. It was meant for you to watch it. Okay, so take action. If you're ready to get started, you need more information. Get with me. I can get you the information. We can get you started. If need be, we can actually get on a call. Me and Brandy been on calls every single day. talking to people. Okay, so we don't have a problem with getting on the phone either. We're real people. We don't hide behind a camera. We don't hide behind anything. We want to help you make passive income for years to come. Period. Okay, so get with us. If you're on Facebook, we're probably already friends. Just get in my inbox as soon as possible. If you're on YouTube, you want to do a couple of things. You want to, first of all, subscribe. Okay, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification, and then reach out to me on Facebook, or underneath this video, I'm going to leave some information to where you can get with me. You know, my toll-free number is going to be there. My website where you can book a time to speak with me. Also, where you can get on my email list. So there's going to be several ways for you to reach out to me on a consistent basis. So without further ado, we're done.
Oh yeah, let me say this one last thing, Ontarian. This company has made Bitcoin mining accessible to the average person. Mm-hmm. You know, the average person could otherwise not afford to mine Bitcoin. The electricity alone could be very expensive. But when you find a credible company that has integrity that you can join forces with to start mining Bitcoin and get in a good pool, mm-hmm. because when you're in a good pool, and you're mining in a good pool, you can really earn, significant income. So I just wanted to, add that little point there. But thank you for having me today, Ontarian.
Thanks for coming on.
I'm looking for future calls, and I just get so excited when I talk about it.
They're coming. I guarantee you they're coming for sure.
All right.
I appreciate this. And if you guys got, again, any questions, you ready to get started, reach out to me and we'll get you on your way. All right.
Have a great day.
You guys have a good one. Take care.